right, are you ready to level up? Let's go ahead and take this thing to the next level. Ready? Stick around. I'm going to show you just how to do that. Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Lago here again, and in this video I want to talk to you about how to take your digital marketing business to the next level. That's right, how to take your digital marketing business to the next level. Let's face it, you've all been there. You've launched your product or your service, you've gotten started in the business, but now what, right? Maybe you've made some sales, but now it's time to discover how is it that you can take it up to the next level, especially if you've already seen a little bit of success from the point that you've started. Well, today I'm going to go ahead and break this down for you. No fluff, let's get right into it. I'm going to show you how to take this thing to the next level. Let's go. Number one, master your offer. Okay, master your offer, right? First up really is your offer. Tell me about your offer. Now notice I didn't say tell me about your product or service. I said tell me about your offer. And this is really the biggest thing that you need to consider. How well do you know your offer and how well crafted is your unique offer? Because one thing that absolutely rings true that I have seen in my years of experience is that if you're at the point where you're not growing, then the odds are your offer is not dialed in. You want to ask yourself, what problem does my offer solve, right? And how does it solve that problem? And again, it's not necessarily about your product or service. This is especially true when you are one of many. For instance, I love digital marketing and I love affiliate marketing, right? In a case like that, a lot of the times you're one person and one among many who are selling the same type of product. I don't care if it's an affiliate product where you're making 50 to 90% commission, or maybe you're in the new digital marketing where you're selling something with master resale rights and you're making 100% of the profit. You're still selling something that is created by somebody else. So if you're selling the same thing as everybody, how do you stand out? Can you even stand out? And the answer is absolutely you can, but this is why you need to create and craft your own unique offer directly for you. One thing that you may have seen before in the past, and it's a lot of my marketing materials, and shown some of my successes where I have been at the top of some of these leaderboards, these competitions, and these sales contests online, where I'm one among many who are selling the same type of stuff. How does that happen? Well, it doesn't happen because I look different than everybody else, right? It doesn't happen because I have more money than everybody else, because I definitely don't have that. It happens because I was able to dial in a unique crafted offer. What can people get, or what type of a unique experience can someone receive by buying from me and working with me as opposed to somebody else? You need to ask yourself that question. This in and of itself, my friend, is the single biggest driver to you scaling up and hitting the next level in your business. Sure, in the beginning, just learn how to get eyeballs on an offer, learn how to transact, learn how to get some sales. But if you want to start owning this thing and owning it in a big way and taking it to the next level, then you absolutely need to craft and dial in your own unique offer. Start with your offer. Number two, amplify your traffic, okay? Amplify your traffic, all right? Now let's talk traffic for a second. And I don't care if it's paid ads or if you're doing SEO, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook. How dialed in is your online traffic strategy, right? If you want to get this thing to go to the next level, then you really got to amplify. That is to multiply. That is to expand the way that you're hitting traffic. And I can tell you that a lot of people, especially when they're in the beginning stages, a lot of people don't have this dialed in. What a lot of people do, even if they see a little bit of success, is they just kind of spray and pray, right? They just kind of post kind of erratically, kind of spread out, kind of inconsistently, and they kind of hope to see what sticks, to see if something's going to come in. And I'm telling you that that's not the way you do it. You don't want to just spray and pray. You want to be strategic in the way that you go about these things. So come up with a posting schedule, come up with a media buy, right? Come up with a certain way that you're going to go ahead and execute strategy. And by the way, when it comes to strategy, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content and tips that I got coming down the pipe just for you in the future. So yeah, don't just post randomly. Don't just do that, right? You want to go ahead and test, see what works, and then you want to double down once you've established exactly what those things are that are working for you really, really well. Number three, systematize and scale. That's right, systematize this thing and scale, right? You want to get to where you have systemization regularly going on, regularly being come up with. And this is the single biggest thing that keeps a lot of entrepreneurs stuck because it keeps their plates full, right? And I understand it. As an entrepreneur, especially when you're getting started right out the gate, you're more of a solopreneur than anything else, and you're handling every little task. That's called bootstrapping the business. I have a tremendous amount of respect for people who do it, and I totally get that. But you can't stay there. If you're still at the point where you're doing everything, whether it's invoicing and client onboarding and customer service follow-up and refunds and all this weird stuff, then guess what? You don't have time to actually grow the business. You don't have time to take it to the next level because you're staying busy at a certain level that you should be offloading to somebody else or something something else. So this is where systems come in place. This is where automation and delegation are the things that need to happen in your life. I have said this many times. One of the things that I firmly believe in when it comes to business is that number one, if it can be automated, it should be. And then if you can't automate it, then delegate it to a person who can go ahead and do that for you. With as much technology and AI that exists today, most of your minutia, most of your menial tasks can be handled by somebody else, even if that person is named Siri or ChatGPT. Number 4, and finally, build authority and community, okay? Build authority and community, okay? This is where you need to talk about personal branding. That's right, building your own personal brand up, right? And when you build a brand, you can also build a community and establish a large tribe of loyal people who are there ready to hear you out, ready for your next recommendation, ready to buy your next product, and also ready to defend you because they love the product so much and love your character, your integrity, and so on. This is absolutely huge. In fact, I would even call this the cheat code to long-term success, right? You want to stop chasing sales and start building authority. So let me ask you, what have you done to establish yourself as an expert, as an authority, as the go-to resource in your particular field or niche? If you haven't done this thing yet, now's the time to think about doing it. This is where I know a lot of people struggle because they don't want to necessarily be caught in the limelight. They don't want to build their own tribe. They don't want to have their nice big YouTube channel out there, their nice big Instagram Reels or TikTok thing. But I gotta tell you, it's one of those things where you need to go ahead and start doing that. I would argue that a lot of the times what happens in my business for sales doesn't come because I'm trying to place the initial lure out for people to buy, right? It's not the initial ad. It's the follow-up, obviously, but part of that is the fact that a lot of people, when they find me, they find what I call my asset wall, my wall of assets. They pull up a YouTube channel of what's fastly approaching 300 videos, or they pull up some Instagram Reels where there's some hard-hitting content, thousands of views, shareability, and the stuff is there, right? There's a relatability there, but there's also an authority building establishment there. And I'm telling you what, this is where you need to be if you want to take this thing big and take this thing to the next level. I can almost guarantee you that. So make sure that you're posting valuable content, that you're engaging with your audience, and then position yourself as an expert. Be the go-to person, build the tribe, and the tribe will continue to grow and bring you sales in the process. There you have it, my friends, quick and dirty as per usual, but I trust that this was helpful to you. Sound off in the comments below and let me know which one of these things you're gonna pick up and run with right now. Now, in closing, what's the most important thing that you can do here with what I've given you? The most important thing that you can do right now is take action. That's why I wanted you to list in the comments below what you're gonna run with. Take action right now. Take one of these things that I've mentioned and run with it. On top of that, if you now are also in a place where you're ready to get started your own digital marketing business or take it to the next level, and maybe you need some hand-holding to do so, then I've got quite the offer for you. It is the perfect offer, and it's an astounding offer that I put together just for you. Go ahead and check it out by clicking on the link in the description below. Now you know what to do. Also subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. This is Jason Lang with Always Enterprise. I'll see you next time, friends. Take care.